Hello, Congressman. My name is Nick Givas. I'm a student at Fairfield University, and judging by the look of the room, I think I'm one of the only young people here, so I gotta represent the youth today.
We gotta talk politics.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I went around and I asked my fellow peers what was most concerning to them, and Obamacare was a huge issue, as you said before, one of the bigger fiscal battles that we're facing. Now, I remember in high school I was told that somehow we were $14 trillion in the hole, but spending $1 trillion on a health care bill was going to cut costs. I never really got an explanation as to how that would work, but I did some research, and it seems that the town of Greenwich has announced that they will be spending $30 million more in insurance costs over the next 5 years. Fairfield will be paying $5 million extra over the next 5 years. Now, I don't know, but I feel I've just been downright lied to. I feel I was told that it was going to cost us less money, and now we're hearing that rates are going to go up 32%, and in Wisconsin, rates are going to go up 80%. So how is it that this bill has saved us money? I can't do the math.
Well, first of all, you weren't lied to. Nobody ever sold the health care reform bill as your costs were going to go down.
Oh, Obama, your president, when you were in Congress, and your cohort certainly did.
Well, he's our president. Look, when you cover more people, which is what we're doing, and I happen to believe that's a good thing to cover more people. By the way, including your age group got one of the very best things that came out of that reform, which is until the age of 26. I've already said that Obamacare didn't do enough, to my way of thinking, to reduce costs, but nobody ever said it was going to be free or reduce costs. And in fact, unusually, because prior to the Obama administration, when we put in place expanded Medicare benefits, those benefits were not paid for. In other words, there were no taxes levied to pay for it. With Obamacare, a variety of taxes were put into place to pay for that bill. Now, we can have a long conversation, and no one really knows what's going to happen to healthcare costs in this country in the next 10 years. The numbers you quoted, first of all, Peter Tessian, $30 million in Greenwich, that's just wrong. I've looked at that letter, I've looked at the analysis, and it's wrong. They are, and they have been, premiums have been going up 7, 8, 9, 10% a year, so there's some baseline increase.
Health and Human Services, though, Catherine Sebelius, a member of the Obama administration, said, came out 32%. That's a fact. So they've flip-flopped again. They've said it was going to save us money, and now the rates are going up.
Well, note, again, I never heard anybody say that healthcare reform was going to save anybody money.
Was it wise to drop $1 trillion then in that kind of deficit to give healthcare now?
Well, it doesn't add to the deficit because the taxes were put in place to pay for it. So you can criticize the healthcare reform bill for a lot of things, and I do that myself. But saying that it adds to the deficit is not one of those things you can criticize it for, because there were a series let me come back to your independent. The numbers you cite are numbers that certain consultants have looked at in like individual markets and whatnot. Premiums are going to move around some. One of the things the healthcare bill did was it said that you can't charge a woman more than you charge a man for health insurance. That this was typical prior to the reform, because if you're an insurance company, a woman is going to have reproductive costs, giving birth, etc., that a man is not going to experience, or at least bear personally. And so when you say that an insurance company can't charge a woman more than he charges a man, if you do that, which the bill did, and I don't know, this room may be divided on whether that was a good idea, but guess what's going to happen? Men are going to pay slightly more, and women are going to pay slightly less. So there is going to be rebalancing like that, no question about it. But it doesn't add to the deficit. And I don't know that anybody marketed it as
saying this is going to make healthcare a lot cheaper for anybody. It's going to make healthcare a lot more available to people, but it's not necessarily going to be cheaper.
Before I go, really quick question. Did you read every page of the bill, Congressman?
Several times.
You've read that behemoth, every line of it?
It was out there for about 9 months, and there were version after version of it, and yeah, I read it several times.
Did you agree with the majority leader when she said that no matter what, she's going to get it in, jump over the fence, under the fence, fly it in, no matter what, we're going to get it passed?
No, that's not what she said, but I don't.
The clip's on YouTube, Congressman, come on.
Anyway, all right, thanks for being here.